What if episode 8,
What if? Oh, Ultron won.
if Ultron won? I forgot to write the titles.
For fuck's sake.
Good job.
Who the fuck was that? Like,
I don't know.
like you were getting ready to scream at me or something. Like Shrieky from Venom. Like,
I orgasmed. It was great. Okay. I love these. Okay. I don't know where my brain is.
This was my least favorite, I think, of all of them so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And there was a couple of reasons I didn't like it. One, Captain Marvel shows up and does pop feminism garbage. Luckily, she's not there for very long. She's gone. I
she
think
gets
she
killed.
hopefully
You'd
died.
think this was the best thing.
That was all right. Not using James Spader as the voice of fucking Ultron.
It's been
Pay him.
jarring, yeah.
But that honestly, James Spader was I want to say 50% of the reason I went to see Age of Ultron.
It might not be a matter of payment.
Maybe, yeah, he just didn't want to do it, which is possible, right?
He might have had something else he's doing at the time, or like it's all been done during COVID or at the start of COVID when things were crazy. So they would have to get all the stuff delivered to their house,
right?
Or they'd have to do it on set wherever they might be.
I'm sure I'm not sure. I hope there's a reason, but I hated, put it that way, I fucking hated every time Ultron spoke, or even the Ultron Vision hybrid. I hated that it wasn't James Spader.
It's weird.
Yeah, and I love fucking James Spader in that role. I've loved him since Sex Lies: A Videotape, which is
if we
not a very good
didn't
movie,
know-
but he's a great fucking actor, man.
If we didn't know the voice already,
You know it wasn't
It'd be
him.
okay.
But you know, yeah. If you didn't already care about him as Ultron,
yeah.
but the fact that he's such an awesome Ultron, and it doesn't sound like him at all. That just took me away from it. I do not like this. So but I did like the setup. I'm like, what if Ultron won? He gets all the Infinity Stones. I'm like, this is how he fucking slices apart Thanos. That was great.
All right. Ultron having taken...
Oh, just interrupt me then.
No, just go right into it. You were discussing exactly what we're going to start with. Ultron having fuck already. Second word in. Having taken the Mind Stone and Vision's vibranium body, defeated the Avengers and launched a global nuclear holocaust, killing most of humanity.
Would it be called like a global cost?
If you want, nucleocost?
Nucleocost.
When Thanos appears on Earth to complete the Infinity Gauntlet,
Yeah, when he produces the Infinity Gauntlet.
Ultron bisects him and takes the rest of... You love bisects. And takes the rest...
You should do hashtag bisex on this episode. You know how many fucking likes we'll get on that shit?
Rest of the Infinity Stones.
Now, it was cool how he was just like, wow, interesting. And zips him right down the middle. I like that it wasn't gory. It was totally comic book. He just drops in half, which I thought was funny.
No battle, nothing. Just
fucking cut him.
You're done. Using them to create a massive drone army, and with which he wipes out almost all life in the universe.
And what was cool was the new Ultron suit with like the fucking 5 stones across the front and the new kind of double-eyed helmet. I was like, this is cool. I really like the way that this was going. Not having James Spader was already putting this at only like a fucking 6, 7 out of 10. But I was like, all right, at least I like the direction. I love when the bad guy wins in any movie, put it that way. So to watch Ultron win, I was like, all right, I'm having a ball. Then the part that I was like, I don't like the direction this is going because I know it's going to continue, is he manages to realize he gets to a sense of consciousness where he realizes the Watcher is watching him.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm cool with that, right? But then he turns around and he sees the Watcher and he like breaks through this plane of existence and then starts fisticuffing with the Watcher.
Ultron then hears the Watcher, discovering the existence of
My
the
description
multiverse,
wasn't good enough.
and attacks the Watcher in his multiversal observation.
Yeah, my version sucked, but fucking hearing him go the multiverse observatorium.
Yep.
But
Observatory.
I hated this. I hate the idea that the Watcher is someone that you can punch. He should be this ethereal
Yes,
thing.
but the Vision, not Vision. What's
Ultron.
Ultron becomes ethereal essentially.
He doesn't though, because he goes back and fights the Avengers.
Yes, but he's still ethereal.
No, he's not.
Like,
He's a real fucking person.
it's
You
like-
can't fight God. God's not a real fucking flesh and blood person.
the Watcher isn't God.
Yeah, he's like a god though.
So is Ultron at this point.
You want to say Vision, don't you?
Yes.
No, I didn't like that. I wanted the Watcher to always remain on this ethereal plane where it's beneath him.
But they want to use him later on. Like
this
is
did
how they're
not like it.
introducing the point of the Watcher, so that they can get what's his face to be the Watcher in the movies at some point.
Which is fine. I don't like the idea of the Watcher being all fisticuffs with Ultron. I did not like that at all.
Yeah, well,
And
they only did it for a short time.
they did, but then because it puts the Watcher in a box, now you can beat him. It's that whole line from Predator: if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Well, that's the point. He got so mighty, which to me it loses its.
My shirt is riding the fuck up.
To me, it loses its point because, like, okay,
What do you mean loses its point?
sorry, he gets so powerful.
Are we talking about Ultron or the Watcher?
Ultron.
Okay.
He becomes ethereal, kind of. Okay.
God.
At what point do the stones not matter?
Yeah, good point.
Like, is the Watcher more powerful than Kang?
True.
Because if the Watcher is more powerful than Kang, then why does this any matter at all? Like,
But because he says he's never supposed to intervene, right?
Yeah.
So what if they are more powerful than him? He still couldn't even add, because that's effectively what happens. Is Ultron arguably overpowers him, right?
the Watcher, honestly, is just an alien.
Yeah, just an observer.
He's had battles with the Eternals. Those.
I have no interest in the fucking Eternals.
I am so pumped.
I watched that fucking trailer again in Venom and I feel like this is going to dare me to fall asleep while watching it. It looks
Eternals
so
have
dull.
a similar idea to the Watcher, where it's like, okay, it's weird because it's like opposite. You don't intervene, but they intervene.
But what I like is, we came here 7,000 years ago. We love humanity, and when you love something, you protect it. And Thanos wiped out half the universe. How come you guys didn't do anything to fight Thanos? Oh, we can't because we can only fight the what do you call like the devil is or something?
Their main enemy.
It's like, but
they can help,
but you love humanity, but you still let Thanos wipe out half. And then we all have seen the start of Endgame, where everybody's crying and fucking Steve Rogers is running a meeting for people who were sad from people that were taken during the purge or the blip or whatever they called it. They didn't intervene then when they saw this one thing that they're supposed to love so much. Like, the idea of the Eternals is dumb.
They'll explain in the movie.
It's dumb.
They'll explain it.
Not to mention I believe his name is Rob Corddry, the actor. I can't remember his name. He played Rob Stark. Or no.
One of the Starks?
He played Rob Stark.
Okay.
Yeah. I love the guy. He's a fantastic I'm sure he's a fantastic person, but listening to him talk is like watching paint dry. It's like I want to fall asleep whenever he starts to talk.
I think this movie will explain all that stuff you're worried about.
I believe in the director. I don't believe in that director, Chloe Zhao, I believe her last name is, directing this type of movie. I'd like to see her make more stuff like Nomadland. I don't want to watch her make stuff like
I'm just really curious how they're going to entangle this variant timeline situation with the Eternals, because I'm sure it'll link in at some point or at the end.
That will be one that I'm interested to see how we're both going to react to it, because I'm either going to watch it and be like, holy shit, all of my expectations were exceeded because they were super low.
Yeah.
It was way better than I thought. Or it's going to be like, yeah, this was dog shit. Like,
And
I thought
we're
it was gonna
opposite,
be.
right? Because I'm going to go in going, I'm hoping for the best out of this movie, and then I might
What if it Last Jedi's you? You go and watch it, you're like, or even worse, Rise of Skywalker's you. You go and you're like,
I'm hoping I go in and I'm just like pumped the whole time.
I'm pumped for fucking Dune. Dune is a stupid story.
It's Romeo and Juliet.
It's really
It's
this
essentially what
this
it
version
is.
kind of is, but the original version of Dune, written in the book, I read the book and then I watched the David Lynch one and then I watched the 3-part miniseries. It is a boring story. It is really boring. It's about a guy that goes to a planet with his dad. His dad is killed. His mom is not. They drop him and his mom in the desert. He meets some people in the desert who are the people that are going to help him fight against the bad guys.
Stop spoiling.
He rises up and fights against the bad guys, and then he wins. That's the whole story.
The movie is going to have not only Batista, but also Mimosa. That's what I call him.
As who?
It doesn't matter.
Oh my God.
It
I don't give
really-
a fuck who the actors are. I care about who they are in the movie.
It doesn't matter to me. Those two are really good.
Who is
Aquaman and Batista from wrestling.
Jesus Christ? Have you ever read the Book of Doom?
No, I've never seen Dune. I didn't even know it was a book.
God, you millennials.
I'm not really.
What were we talking about? What movie were I totally
What
forgot.
If?
What if? So yeah, I didn't like how they were I didn't like the Watcher fighting with Ultron.
Meanwhile, Clint Barton and Natasha Romanoff.
This is another shit thing that had to happen.
Survi-
Hawkeye is
Boring.
the lamest
Yeah.
of the fucking Avengers.
But
I mean,
they have to do this.
but he's so what I like about Hawkeye is
I'm gonna make you watch Hawkeye the series.
I'm not watching that.
You're
Oh
watching
my
it.
God.
You have to.
he
they
is such a
introduced-
shitty character.
In Hawkeye the series, they introduced one of the new Avengers, like the young Avengers
I don't
characters.
care.
The girl.
Hawk Girl.
No, the girl. Sorry, I didn't say.
That's
Hawk.
what she's called, the girl.
Yeah, no.
Nice.
I think it's.
Quick, sick the girl on
I
him.
thought it would be his daughter, but I think it's a different character.
Who can that be? I hear it is the girl.
That'd be cool. Better than Wonder Woman.
Who are you masturbating thinking of? The girl. Which
Which
girl?
one?
The girl.
The one with hair.
The one with nair. She's got nair. She's got no hair.
Oh god.
You know what? Oh shit. You know what I just realized right now?
that we're
Nair.
doing a podcast.
Nair means no hair.
Oh my god.
Nair.
I once used Nair on my head.
You were gonna say something else, were you?
No, I used
I
it.
once used Nair on my head.
Pause.
Did it like melt the
It
hair?
burned.
Really, eh?
Yeah. It was red after too. It might be why I have an issue with baldingness.
Baldingness.
Yeah. Bowling baldness.
6 Sinisters. Stones.
All right.
Skipping. Silently.
Survive Ultron's
Surviving.
attack and find a copy of Arnim Zola's consciousness in Siberia. Nothing?
No. It was dumb because we've already seen it.
They upload Zola into a drone body to try.
No, into the fucking
Yes, but then into the drone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, whatever. Fine,
So
skip the fucking part
skip
where
that part,
Hawkeye has
but
to
put,
fucking
like,
fire a goddamn
Venom
stupid.
Venom gets like 6 fucking chapters. Fuck it.
Oh, you're talking about your notes. I thought you were talking about us.
They upload Zola into a drone body to try and destroy Ultron's hive mind, but this attempt fails because Ultron has left their universe.
So this part I kind of giggled at because the guy that they have doing Ultron, I'm sure is doing his best, but it doesn't sound like James Spader. But then you see this Ultron body like, yes, I much like this, preferred to my flash form. And it's Zola, whatever his name, Zoloft.
And he says that line again in the next one.
I just thought it was great. I was like, yes, I feel like a great man. It's Ultron's face. And you're like, this is kind of fucked up. It reminds you of, remember Up? The alpha dog named Alpha, and he's got that high helium voice.
It's been a long time since I watched that.
Oh my God, you should remember it because Up was such a good movie.
I should have Alexander watch it. A lot of people cried during Up.
A lot of people cried at the start, but you know what? This is a real testament to how good Pixar is at what they do. Because when you think of the very first part of Finding Nemo, like it's his mom and all of his brothers and sisters got killed, but he survived, and it was very scary. But kids got what it was. Wall-E, and Wall-E is the one that to this
Wall-E
day
is
amazes
the
me.
best.
But you realize there's 45 minutes of no dialogue,
Yeah.
and then like kids were in it. I remember watching it in the theater with a bunch of kids
In
for 45 minutes, and there's no talking. You're like, holy fuck! Whoever's doing this knows what the fuck they're doing. But with Up,
it was storytelling through just
and it was
Picture.
masterful,
Yeah,
man.
through video.
But with fucking with Up, how do you explain in a way that children will understand that this lady can't have babies? Like, imagine as an animator, there's going to be no audio, it's only going to be music. How do we explain this? And the way they did it was masterful, man. It was so fucking good. And yeah, it's heartbreaking, the opening of Up, but it's such a fucking good movie.
I still have not watched Toy Story 3.
Toy Story 3, I gotta
It's
admit,
supposed to be amazing.
is I think my favorite of them, but I would watch it before you show it to your son, because we watched it for the first time with the boys, and me and Karen were looking at, there's a certain part in it where you're like, we're looking at each other like, because my boys, it was Dexter was,
Which one is the evil teddy bear?
that's Toy Story 3.
Is it?
Yeah. The one where they almost got incinerated?
Oh.
That's Toy Story 3. And that scene, because
Maybe I have seen some of it.
we were like, when they all resign themselves to their fate and prepare to die.
Yeah,
I was looking at Karen, I was like,
I think I've seen it.
I don't think I want my kids fucking seeing this. But then they get rescued and good, and the boys were like, oh, thank goodness. But I was like, dude, they resigned to their fate. They were just ready to fucking burn to death.
Yeah.
And I remember after that came out, the MPAA said, yeah, we shouldn't have given that I think a G or a PG. That needed to be rated a bit higher. So now they've gotten a bit more strict with Disney and how they rate
I think
shit.
they had like they were deciding between two endings in
That's
Pixar.
not the ending though of Toy Story.
Or that part, I guess.
Maybe
I don't know.
It's a wonderful part and it's great, but it's when your kids look at Buzz and Woody and Jesse and everybody as living things, and they resign themselves to be incinerated. That's way too much for a kid.
Which
to try
one's
to process.
the freaking one that has the Canadian Daredevil?
That's number 4.
Oh, so I haven't seen 4.
Oh my god. Do you know we do a movie podcast about movies? Jesus Christ.
There's certain movies that I shoot. This is stupid spork. Like, I don't need that.
What the fuck is Spork?
That's in the Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
I see the toys.
What's his name?
Sporky. I don't know. Is it Sporky?
can't
Is it Spork?
I think it's useless or garbage. Or what do they call him? Maybe it is Sporky. I don't remember.
I know that the Canuck Canadian.
I thought you were trying to say a different
The-
word. That's
the-
never
No.
never mentioned in the Toy Story
No,
movies.
isn't it
Duke
Nicolas
Boogaloo?
Cage
No,
or is
it's
it
Keanu Reeves because he's fucking
Keanu
Canadian.
Reeves. That's right. Okay.
Duke-
Well, so is
Duke
Nicolas
Danger-
Cage. I don't know.
He's not Canadian. Fuck, Duke Boogaloo or something.
Barton sacrifices himself,
Who cares?
which you love.
That was
a good scene.
I was glad to see Brie Larson die. Because I
We're
don't
not
imagine
there
it's
yet.
Captain Marvel. I imagined it's Brie Larson. I want that bitch to die.
Barton sacrifices himself to allow Romanov and Zolet to escape from other drones.
Sure.
That was a good image though. Like,
One thing I did like is, all those fucking drones piling up. And then when Zoloft and Natasha hop out the top, she's like, we need to fucking move or more drones are going to show up. I was glad that they didn't play it like all of the drones of Ultron went down into that hole and exploded. There are more fucking drones. I like that they did that.
Ultron battles the Watcher across different universes and defeats him.
That was stupid.
The Watcher flees to Strange Supreme's collapsed universe to ask him for help, while Ultron plans to conquer the multiverse.
With the... Oh, yeah, he hasn't said it yet. Never mind. I you know what? I take that back. It was a good episode. I did like... The stuff I liked in it, I really liked. The stuff I didn't like in it, I really didn't like.
This is a common thing for What If, is like there's stuff you really like in the episode and
Yeah.
there's stuff you really don't like in the episodes.
Yeah. It never kind of rides the line. It's always, you're either going to fucking love it or fucking hate it.
Like I hated that the zombie one was so different from the comic.
I liked the zombie one. I thought it was fun, but with this one, I don't like the idea of the Watcher being someone you can physically punch in the fucking face. Hawkeye is stupid. But I am glad that Brie Larson died, and hopefully really painfully.
So it was fun. Tune in to our next episode.
That we're going to be recording in 5 days.
No, we're going to record it right now. What If episode 9, the finale.
Is called.
We'll get there.
He doesn't
It's
remember.
not called We'll Get There.
He doesn't remember.
BecauseMoviesPodcast.com. Comment.
Come
No.
while commenting.
No.
You're gonna get what our
Okay.
table looks like.
Wherever you see this, which is YouTube,
But
comment.
there might be AI from Facebook.
I'm begging you. Comment, please.
Why? What the fuck comments are people going to say? Oh, shit. I sent you that thing on Reddit. Somebody on Reddit. What the fuck did I put in? I put in, some guy
Did
said,
someone comment?
no, on something I put. But this guy said, can you just fuck off? To me? When all,
You sure that wasn't your wife?
it was so funny because all I said was, oh, no, the guy, what's something you, with, what the fuck was it? What's something...
This is our end credit
shit.
scene.
What's something like you do with your... Oh, no, this guy was like, oh, I'm in Kingston, and I need something to do with my wife that doesn't have any technology or we're stuck inside or something. And I was like, oh, so when my wife and I aren't doing anything, we play a game of what I did wrong today or what I've done wrong in the last 10 years. And some guy goes, could you just fuck off as a reply to my comment? So I said, God damn it, that's what my wife says at the end of the argument too.
That was good, actually.
And I was like, that was funny. So
I think he was just mad because everyone was coming
Going
down
along?
on him.
Why? Everybody got
I
along
think
with the
everyone,
joke.
no, everyone was commenting, like responding and going with the joke. But he was the
He had to be a
original
fuck
OP
up.
of that comment. So he kept getting those comments. So that's when he said, would you fuck off? It wasn't personal. He was just pretty much telling everyone, come on.
It was
like,
personal because he said it in reply to my comment. But also, fuck that guy because that was
If you
that
were
was a
Venom,
good fucking joke.
you would eat his head.
That was a good joke.
I'm
that was a
waiting.
comment that we got back. So if you want to tell me to go fuck myself, find us anywhere. Phil's gone. He's telling me to already go fuck myself. But if you do find this video anywhere, comment back telling me to go fuck myself. All right? Goodbye, everybody.